Update the poll results, and then we'll bring in Pat Connaughton, the Bucks shooting guard.
Early results, Dan, and how thick is your wallet? Over an inch, under an inch right now. We're closer to a 50-50 split than you'd believe.
Do you think Pat has a wallet on him? Paulie does. Do you think Pat has a wallet on him?
He seems pretty hip. He may have one of those phones where you put your stuff in the back.
Okay.
I think Pat is an old school guy. He's got a wallet. And I'm going to guess it's in the front pocket.
Okay.
Well, 29% of our audience have a...
They go front pocket?
They go... we didn't do front pocket, but over 1 inch thick. Okay. It's a good solid 30%.
Okay. Paulie, you ready with the drum roll? The Bucks shooting guard played at Notre Dame. NBA champ in 2021. Pat Connaughton is joining us here in Dublin. Here he goes, and here he is. Here he goes. All right. All right. Love to the back row. Will there be dap for Will? There is. Bro hug. Bro hug.
That's nice.
All right. Hi, Pat. Good to see you. Yeah. The big question obviously is going to be, do you have a... Oh, you go
yes.
front pocket. Front. Boom.
Is that plaid?
He's got a plaid wallet.
Wow.
That
thing is
awesome.
gorgeous.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right.
Dangerous, right?
Front pocket wallet. How much money do you have in your wallet, Pat?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't have any. I don't have any euros like Will.
Okay.
A lot of American dollars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do we
I'm
got?
gonna let
Here?
Will count it
All
if
right.
he wants to.
Yeah.
If he wants to count it.
Yeah.
I have more than usual because I'm playing some golf over here, and I was worried about losing some bets.
Okay. Where are you playing?
So I played at Adair Manor.
Okay.
A few days
that
back.
is gorgeous.
Yep. I played at the K Club.
That is awesome.
About a half hour ago. And then I'm playing at Port Marnock on Saturday right before the game.
All right. Yeah. I played those. Port Marnock made the mistake on the first tee of still being wobbly from the night before, and I nearly put it in the plate glass window of the people having breakfast.
What hole was that?
That was one.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, just get
so
started.
So stay away from the plate glass window on one.
Exactly. Yeah, or stay away from trouble.
I think Will's going to tell me I have no money in my wallet.
Not
it's
anymore.
It's going to be in his about 4-inch thick wallet.
Will, how much money does Pat, big-time NBA guy, have?
You do play in the NBA, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is...
Giannis got all the money.
This is a disarmingly low amount of money.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll put it back.
Yeah.
I'm not quite on your level yet.
What do you think? What would happen if you went to a court here in Dublin and just started playing?
So I'm actually out here doing some clinics with the Irish national team, Basketball Ireland.
Oh, cool.
For some kids with my foundation. And so I've been at 2 courts. I'm going to do one more tomorrow if anybody wants to get some one-on-one in at like 1 o'clock. I'm looking directly at you.
No, Will. Do you want a piece of
if you could
Pat?
move it up, can you move it up to 11?
Sure. Yeah, we can make anything happen. 100%.
I can make it 11. I play in my new shoes.
Oh, yeah.
You got new shoes?
No, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got him some dress shoes.
Dress shoes.
But he doesn't have the shirt off your back.
I'll give him this shirt off my back.
Soon.
Absolutely. Do you have a question for Will before we get started?
I don't have a question. My initial question was going to be why you gave my guy Brady Quinn such a hard time.
Ooh.
Then my next question was going to be if you ran that Boston Marathon and you wore that shirt for me because you knew I was from Boston.
I did not. I wore it because I did run the race.
That's awesome.
3:56.
11.
Wow.
11.
Yeah.
Was that in 2003?
3:56:12. 2003.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was there.
2003. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you cheering?
I was cheering. Yeah,
Okay.
I was only 10.
Yeah.
But I was cheering loudly.
He wouldn't have signed your autograph, by the way, just in case.
Well, he was moving pretty fast clip. I don't think he could have signed
I do
much.
remember going up Heartbreak Hill, and where there's a fair amount of people cheering you on, and a guy joins the race running next to me and hands me a beer. And Heartbreak Hill, which is at the 20-mile mark, you're in severe pain.
Yeah.
And I slapped the beer out of his hand and said, "Not now." And just kept going. Which is the only time that's ever happened when I've been offered a beer. But yeah, that was a. So
it could have been maybe like 3:52 if that had
happened.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you know, Brady realized that he needed to be made fun of. I think there's a consensus that Brady had his pants when he played at Notre Dame up too high, and Will called him out, and I think Brady was comfortable with that. It did hurt him in the draft, by the way. I think the high pants he dropped. He did drop because of that.
That was
yeah, I think so.
And he had a terrible. What's the diagnostic test?
The Wonderlic?
Wonderlic. He had a horrible Wonderlic score.
You don't know that?
He got like a 7, I think.
No, he did not. No. You can't be.
What?
No, you can't.
No.
I can verify with him. I'm on his radio show later.
Oh, okay.
So
Ask him what his Wonder.
I'll
okay.
verify
Yeah.
these two things.
This is the show of record. We can't be loose with this, okay?
Your body's a Wonderlic.
Nice.
No,
You
that's-
get a 5 just for writing your name, like the SAT. You're automatically
Paulie,
get a
what do
5
you
on it.
have? Brady Quinn Wonderlic.
Let's go closest to the hole quickly.
I'm going to go 42.
I think the max is like 38. I know it's a puncher
Yeah,
guy.
it's
Thanks
not-
highly of
yeah.
Brady.
No, there's some extra credit.
Yeah.
Like there's an
I'm
essay.
going to go 32.
32. Wait, I thought Wonderlic was 50. Pat McAnally had a 50.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
I got Brady Quinn 29.
Ooh.
That's above average.
But that's right around where he went in the draft. I think he was like, what, 22nd
Yeah.
maybe? Something like that. Okay, Wonderlic. They don't have that for basketball players, though.
No, they don't. They have it for baseball. Baseball, we did a lot of personality tests.
And you were drafted by the Orioles.
Yep.
So you had to do that. But should there be that kind of test for basketball players?
I think so. I think it would be. I think it'd be very helpful. You know what I mean?
But would LeBron be the smartest guy on the basketball floor?
I don't know if he'd be the smartest, but he'd be pretty close. I mean, he does some great stuff off the court.
But I'm talking about like basketball IQ.
Oh,
Smartest
yeah.
player.
I think he might get a perfect score.
Okay.
He's got a very high basketball IQ.
The first time you guarded him, what happened?
I blocked him.
You blocked his shot?
I got lucky. I wasn't guarding him. I was a help defender.
Oh,
He didn't
help
see me.
defender.
Yeah. He didn't see me. No. I remember it was in Portland. Yeah.
Do you have a picture of it?
I don't know if I have a picture of it. It was the same game. Sorry, Yusuf, that he dunked on Yusuf Nurkic
that was
pretty
bad.
aggressively. If any of you
Yes,
remember
that one was
yeah,
bad.
I was on the bench for that part though.
That one.
It
So
was
you
afterwards.
blocked LeBron. You got a piece of LeBron.
Yeah, I got a piece of it. Made a 3, a possession or 2 later.
Oh.
And then that was pretty much all I remember from that game.
What was your welcome to the NBA moment?
My welcome to the NBA moment was actually being a kid growing up in Boston. I got to play against Paul Pierce in my first year. I wasn't playing much. It was kind of scrub minutes, but I was on the free throw line next to him. It might have even been preseason. And I said to him, hey, for my 10-year-old birthday, you gave me one of your game-worn sweatbands that said The Truth, number 34. And that meant a lot to me. Like, thanks so much. And he goes, dude, you make me feel really old right now.
Yeah,
Don't tell me that story. I said, oh, my bad.
But what's it like guarding guys that you grow up watching and hoping to get into the league?
It's really cool. I mean, look, I'm a competitive guy, so when I'm on the court, I don't really have the moment as much. But when you look back on it or when you think about it before the game, and I'm looking at the sheet trying to obviously know their first move, second move, third move, it's a pretty surreal thought. And I think the hardest guy that I've ever had to guard, and it wasn't my matchup, it was Drew Holiday's matchup, and PJ Tucker's matchup was Kevin Durant. Like,
Ooh.
there's only so much I can do. If he misses a shot, it's because he missed, not because I really did a whole lot.
What is the scouting report on Kevin Durant?
Do the best you
Hope?
can. Yeah. Pray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is he, if we look at unstoppable,
Yeah.
how many guys would you put in that category?
I'd put my teammate Giannis in that category. Even on his bad nights, he's probably putting up 25 and 12.
Okay.
I'd put Kevin Durant in that category. I think when you think unstoppable, you think of guys like Shaq, right? Back in the day, most dominant guys. You think of those types of players. I think in today's day and age, you got to look at guys like Jokic, not necessarily just because he can score, but what he does with the game. Like,
But
you can't
explain
stop
that,
him.
Pat. Explain Jokic to me. Like if I didn't see him, and you go, okay, I'm going to tell you who the best player in the game is.
Yep.
He can't run, can't jump, but he's unstoppable.
So let me say he would have a perfect score on the, what is it?
The Wonderlic?
Wonderlic. Yeah.
So just basketball IQ.
Basketball IQ. He makes everyone around him better. He obviously has great individual moves, individual skill, but he wants you to send 2 guys. He wants you to double team him, triple team him, because it makes the game easy for him. He doesn't have to move that much. He can pick you apart, and then he can kind of go to work and do what he does.
Well, what's Luka like guarding?
Luka's tough because he's bigger than you think. Luka is, I would say, similar size to Paul Pierce, in my opinion, but he's a point
thick.
guard. And he's strong.
Yeah.
He's strong. And so I think trying to guard him, and he just kind of puts you on his hip, and there's not a whole lot you can do. And when he can hit his step back at a consistent rate, which he's been doing, it's really hard to stop.
I saw where Steph Curry said he's the best point guard of all time. That just came out yesterday or the day before.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that you can argue it. I
I can.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, he's not a point guard.
Shooting guard
Yeah.
is what you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Why? What defines a point guard?
Well, it used to. You ran the point. You ran the team.
Yeah. You don't think he runs that team?
He's not even the best passer on the team.
That's true.
Draymond
I'll give
is.
you that. I'll give you that.
Magic Johnson is by far the greatest point guard of all time.
So those would be the two, in my opinion. That's the discussion. I think by far is allowed if you're not defining Steph as a point guard. I do think at the end of the day, Steph has the ball more than Draymond when it comes to crunch time, putting the team in certain situations, gets it to Draymond, and then starts running off picks.
But Draymond does lead the team in assists. He has more assists than Steph does. Magic could have gotten 25 a night. He could have gotten 30 a night. I mean, he's 6'9". He's just backing people down. He could do whatever he wants, but he was selfless. Now, I love Steph. He changed basketball.
Yep.
But he's not a point guard. He's just a great basketball player. We don't have designations anymore, right?
Yeah.
We don't have positions.
Yeah, it's
but it used to be, and that's why I argued with the commissioner. I said, why do you have 2 forwards, a center, and 2 guards for all NBA? Because Luka can be a forward at some point in the game. He could be a point guard. Kevin Durant can be a 2, and he can be a 3, and he can be a 4. I don't think you need designations. Because it felt like Rudy Gobert would be on the first, second, or third team All-NBA because he played center. But he wasn't one of the top 15 players in the game.
So when you talk about point guards, I guess my question to you would then be, just because Steph may not lead his team in assists,
Okay.
does that still not define him as a point guard if he's able to pass the ball and lead, be second, third on his team in assists? Because we still have point guards on our team that don't lead our team in assists.
If he was 6'5", he would be just a shooting guard.
Yep. I agree with
But
that.
because he's smaller, we think the smallest guy on the floor is the point guard.
Yeah.
But he's not. I mean, he's an anomaly. There's nobody like him. But now Magic's the greatest point guard of all time.
I think it's a good conversation. I lean towards Steph, but I'd put Magic second on my list.
What's it like guarding Steph?
It's really hard. It's really exhausting. He never stops moving. I mean, I know you guys have probably seen the clips, but he always moves. And when he passes the ball, he actually moves faster. And so he's incredible to watch. I love watching film of him. I love watching how he's able to regain his balance for his jump shot, no matter where he is on the floor, no matter how fast he's moving. And then obviously him having the ability to shoot the ball from so far, you got to guard him so far. It makes him faster, makes him quicker, puts him in a position where I always say people talk about Kyrie Irving as having the best handles in the league, and I think that might be true. But when you talk about having the best handles for your game, it's Steph. Every time he bounces the ball, it's like a pass to himself. He could shoot it at any time, and so to me, his handle is the best handle for his game.
What's the story you'll tell your kids about Giannis?
Oh, there's a few of them. The one I'll tell my kids about that makes me look good is
Okay, I'm all right with that.
And it's a credit to him, right? He got to where he is because of work. He got to where he is because of the amount of hours he put in the gym. So when I first got to Milwaukee, I had gotten waived by Portland, didn't get a qualifying offer, signed with him as a free agent, 1 year team option, vet minimum, and I still had to try to make it. And this was 5 years ago. And so you go in September, right before training camp. You're there for about 2 or 3 weeks, and you start to play pickup. You do like a lift in the morning, you play pickup, and then guys leave the gym. And so for me, because of what I have to do to survive and to be a prominent role player in the NBA, I go to the gym at night too. Try to put up an extra 500 shots, 600, 700 shots, whatever the case may be.
So do I.
Yeah, just like you would. Yeah, 100%, yeah.
I'm always at the gym at
11
night.
a.m. tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah. Move it up.
Yeah.
And so I go back in the gym, and I just start shooting. And Giannis walks in the gym, and he looks at me, and I can't do his Greek accent, but he goes, "What are you doing here?" And I kind of looked around like, no, what are you doing here? You're about to win your first MVP. And he goes, "I always come back at night. I got to get better at shooting. That's what is going to help me be the best basketball player I can be." And I said, "Well, I want to stay in the league, so this is why I'm here, shooting extra shots, right?" And to his credit, he goes, "I never had somebody that I could come back to shoot with. I want to come back. I want to shoot with you. We do extra lifts at night." And so to see the amount of work he put in, I had to do it to become a player in the league, to solidify myself, to get a second and third contract. He was doing it because he just wanted to be the best player he could be. He didn't judge himself against anybody else. It was all about how can I be the best that I can be and how can I help my team win and what are some of the deficiencies that I think I need to get better at. And look, I'm not going to take full credit, but since I got to the NBA 5 years ago, he's won 2 MVPs. He won Finals MVP.
Okay.
I mean, look,
All right. Okay.
something to be said there.
Yeah, Pat Connaughton takes credit for Giannis's greatness.
Yes.
Okay, I like
Headline,
that.
get it out there.
Yes, Will.
Are you still surprised, though, at the number of younger players who don't get that?
I am.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the shift that I've seen, and again, I'm 30 now, so I'm not a young guy, surprisingly enough, but
You can still dunk, right, Pat?
yes, I can still dunk.
Okay.
Yep, don't worry, I can still do that.
Okay, good.
All right. The second I can't do that, I might go back to baseball, but or play golf with Steph. But I would say they like to do the work that people see. They like to
Okay.
do the work that is on Instagram and things of that nature.
But it's the extra time.
100%. Like
Yeah.
how many times have you seen a clip of Giannis putting in extra work on Instagram? Not as much. But I can tell you he does it every single day,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And you might see a picture of him in the gym where he looks like the Incredible Hulk, but like he doesn't really post all of the extra work that he does because to him it doesn't really matter. Like doing the extra work just gets you there. Like you got to continue to do it. You got to want to do it. You got to love it.
Let me mention Pat's foundation has a mission of creating access to athletics for the next generation of student athletes through clinics and courts and character. And over the last 8 years, the foundation has impacted over 18,000 student athletes. And for more information, Pat Connaughton, I'm going to have to spell that in case you're not familiar, Connaughton. They must have butchered your name growing up, didn't they?
Yeah, the worst one I got was Connaughton. Usually it's like the GH gets confused for a PH or the G looks like an ING. I've never had both. That was the first time I had both. Yeah.
It's great to see you. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us, and good luck with your foundation and this upcoming season. You're under contract?
I'm under contract for 3 more years.
Oh.
So if anyone,
All right.
Big money.
Okay, yeah.
Big money.
it's that extra work with Giannis, I tell you.
I like it.
Let's go.
Open invite. Anybody wants to come to a Bucks game? We'll roll out the red carpet for you guys. I'll get you. Hey,
That's awesome.
we'll give you 24 jerseys. You probably want 34 jerseys, but that's all right.
Can
we'll give you
we
24.
shoot in the layup line?
You can shoot in the layup line like the day before. So like at the arena the day before,
Okay.
we can get you some
All
jump
right.
shots up. Yeah,
Because I
absolutely.
like to shoot the layup and then hit the backboard when
They
I
can
lay it
only
in.
do a layup line. They have to do a strict layup line.
Correct.
Yeah,
It's got to
okay.
be one guy on the
One guy,
rebounder,
yep.
pass it to next guy,
Got
you
it.
take one shot.
Because I'd like to do a little shooting clinic if I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. 'Cause
Maybe the kids at my clinic should be learning from you.
Well, they,
shooting than me.
they call me the Irish freak.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, yeah. Just
The Irish freak.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
Strictly for athleticism
No, it
reasons,
has
right?
nothing to do with basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to check it out. Well,
Pat,
appreciate you guys having me.
thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it was a
Pat
blast. Thank you.
Connaughton, the Bucks shooting guard. We'll take a break. Back after this.